Today, I'm going to show you how to not only take sections of any chain to create an eclectic two-tone bracelet like this, but also to reuse original jump rings, as well as how to form new welded rings to match. We have a great design idea. I have this new chain. It's fantastic, just like this. But for my daughter, what we're going to do is do two-tone, and she wanted 3 of these arrows. So we're going to do this, and she wanted something gold as well. So we're going to do it two-tone, and she wanted a stone, and I thought this would be great with a Herkimer diamond. So today, that's what we're going to do. And because there will be jump rings in the center like this, we thought we want to keep all of the jump rings here the same. And so I'm going to cut on the side and re-weld. What I'm going to do is, you should try not to cut jump rings for welding right on the top. You should do it on the side. And you notice here that it is oval. Well, when you're pulling on it, the oval naturally goes long ways, so the narrow side will be pulled out this way. In that case, when you weld on the side, it will naturally get hidden better. So that's what we're going to do. And I am going to do this. Move it to the side, like this. And I'm going to clip. Normally I would just, if I didn't want to keep the jump ring, I would just pull on it and let it break. But in this case, I do. So I'm going to keep it open like this. Remove that side. You see this jump ring? Let's see if there's a close-up you can look at. Okay. One side is going to be flush and the other side beveled. So this side is flush, this side is beveled, and you can see it. What I need to do is go flip my cutters up this way, and it will be good. I'm going to save that. But what I'm going to do, and I'll show you, I'm going to save that one. And I'm going to cut this side as well. And this is the factory weld. This is soldered. This chain is made in Italy. And you can see that they have wrapped wire here and then soldered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right there so that one side beveled and the other side is flush. And I cut away as little as possible. And now I'm going to re-weld. Okay, I'm going to weld this first. And on this side, I am going to loop my Herkimer diamond here. I'm going to close it up like this. Make sure both sides are touching. Okay. And although I'm not certain, it looks like this is 22 gauge wire. And I've set it at 6-watt power. And I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll try to zoom in later. Okay. And I have weld with argon gas. There. Okay. And I think that worked because I can see that it's melded. But you should always check your work with 2 pairs of pliers. Make sure it doesn't snap open, and that's good. There we go. And now I am going to weld, and I'm going to find jump ring as close to that as possible. This is 22 gauge. And it's always advisable that you do all the welding, measuring, etc., that doesn't require the client being there away from it, so that they don't lose patience, especially when they're younger. Okay, so now I'm doing this part, and I'm going to close this tampering. Okay, and I'm checking to see this is good, and looks pretty similar to this side, this thickness. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to weld it. Let me see if there's any way of focusing a little bit better. Okay, so here we go. It's hard to do without a stand, and I'm standing up. Okay. Yeah, I think that worked. If you can see a close-up. There we go. Okay, so this is what we've got so far, and I really like it. So as you can see, I love two-tone. So now we're going to measure like this for her and use the other jump ring and weld it back. As I said before, whenever you are welding for permanent jewelry and you're in front of a customer, I always find that it is much easier to hold onto, loop first the side with a smaller hole or bead hole, or that's harder to find, because it makes wrapping the other side a lot easier. So this is what I'm doing, and I hold on to it here. I let the chain drape, and then I wrap around like such. Make sure that it is good. And I say this at every filming because it's repetitive, but it's always the basics that get people. Because we tend to be sloppier, faster, because we were more confident, which is great. But having things draped properly and also closed properly makes life a lot easier. So this is what I've got here. Does that feel good? Yeah, okay. So that's what we're gonna go with. And now we're going to cut. Make sure I got the right one. Okay. And make sure that it's still good. And now we are ready to weld. Okay, so we're ready to weld. I'm going to stay with 6-watt power here. And I think that did it. I'm going to check. Thing is, if you twist and it doesn't snap open, it will not snap open on its own. That's a secure weld, and you should always do that because you'll sleep better. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to show you a close-up. So this is the finished product. I'm going to show you from the side so that you can see the jump rings. Those are the original soldered jump rings, and I just reused it. And secure, but it is not noticeable, even though these are slightly smaller. Now here in this one, it's circular, and what I can do is I'm going to pinch this slightly so that they will match. And I can do that with a pair of pliers with tape wrapped around it, plastic, or I can just hold on to it and squeeze slightly. Okay, so I did it. I had to put my phone down and my hands down so that I could do that. Basically, all I did was using a pair of pliers, I squeezed it slightly and it looks great.